You're listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Infinite diversity.
Live long and prosper, and welcome to Infinite Diversity, a Star Trek Universe podcast here on the BQN Podcast Collective. I'm your host for today, Chrissie, and joining me is my co-host, Thad. Thad, how are you doing today?
I've gone all sovereign class.
There's worse things.
Yeah, I suppose. I could do without the red leather chairs, though.
Yeah, does seem a little much. Also joining us today is fandom meteorologist Katie Nickolau. Katie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. There's snow outside, and I'm happy about it.
Nice.
Yeah, we did
It's
get a
good
bit
to have
of
something
snow.
to talk about.
Yeah. I forget you love your snow.
Oh, yes.
We had a tiny bit here yesterday, but then it got to 35 degrees and rained and melted it all.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's worse than just having snow. Yeah.
I know, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
'Cause
To
I like
have
a
it and
bit
then
of
have it
snow.
stripped away.
But also, just really cold rain is just miserable, and no one likes that.
No.
Mhm. That's why the 40s and 50s are the worst temperatures. I will die on that hill. They're
No,
trash.
Okay. I won't disagree.
I mean, I don't
I
know about
have
50s,
feelings.
but 30s and 40s, sure, I'll go with.
At least
High
in the 30s, there's a
50s.
chance of snow.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, high 50s, I guess, are exempt, but still.
Yeah, last week we were talking to Amy Nelson in
Oh God. Yeah.
Las Vegas, and she was talking about how it's cold because it was in the 60s.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, sweetie.
if only.
You sweet summer child. Well, before we jump into our topics for the day, we'd like to take a moment to thank our Patreon patrons who make our show possible, particularly our associate producer, Carl Wonders. Listeners, you can hear your name listed as one of our associate producers for a monthly subscription of just $10. And your subscription of any amount at patreon.com/BQN keeps all of the shows on the network ad-free. You don't want to hear another ad for Audible. You already have an Audible subscription. We all have an Audible subscription. We all have 3 Audible subscriptions. You
I've
don't
had
need
an
to hear about it
Audible
again.
subscription since 2005. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
my Audible subscription can drink.
just about.
Yeah. To be clear, my Audible subscription can drink in Canada, but not in the US yet.
Yeah, okay. I remember that. See, you're talking to 2 people who live in Michigan, so we're very familiar with the idea of being able to drink in Canada early.
Oh, I'm sure Michigan teenagers will commonly cross the border for that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Yep. Anyway, so we have one bit of, I guess, news related to the overall topic this week, which is the Ready Room is ending alongside of Lower Decks.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's
Yeah.
sad. I do enjoy how excited and get to share the excitement that Will Wheaton has about Star Trek. Although I admit, and this might be part of why they're canceling it, I haven't watched the Ready Room in a long time.
Oh, no.
See, here's the thing, I purposefully don't watch the Ready Room before we record because I don't want to, influence what I'm going to say, right? And then I always intend to watch it later, and then I don't. So
Yeah, and I sometimes do, if it has an interview I'm really interested in, but
Yeah.
I think the last one I watched was the one for Those Old Scientists.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
it's okay.
I might watch this one for the finale at some point though, because
Yes.
I did see the behind the scenes video. I don't know if either of you saw it.
Yes.
That
oh, my God.
I think it went up yesterday. That with of Tawny and Jack recording
Yes.
with Mike McMahon.
Oh my God,
was
that was
hilarious.
adorable. Stay hydrated. And I want one of those lunch boxes.
I know, right?
Yes. Sounds like he has a lot of them. So.
Right?
Yeah. I would be willing to pay upwards of $25 for that. I think that's what a lunchbox
Solid
goes for these
number.
days.
It will not be less than $25 on
No,
StarTrek.com, I can
definitely
assure
not.
you.
Oh my
Definitely not.
gosh, yeah. This is an open call to the universe. Put me in charge of merchandise for Star Trek.
Oh my god.
Please put me in
Put
charge of
anyone
merchandise
who
for Star
understands
Trek.
the franchise in charge of merchandise for Star Trek.
Exactly. We will have
Yeah.
uniforms in the next 4 days on the website. Like, if I'm in charge. Oh,
Technically, there
man.
are some uniforms on the website, but they're terrible.
Oh, they're awful. I feel so bad, but it's like, no, please, no.
I love that they
I'm
are
s-
trying to put out t-shirt. They're like, oh look, here's a t-shirt that looks like a uniform. Like, okay, at least you're
Exactly, it's like-
not pretending it's a uniform.
Those, at least, I like. They look good.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the ones? I think it was during Discovery Season 1. They made uniforms that were t-shirts that were supposed to look like the uniforms, but they had like designed them deliberately so that there were like blank spaces on them, like they had been dyed but folded over when they were dyed, and that was apparently a stylistic look. So it was like a
No, I
Discovery
don't
uniform with
remember
like random white on designed streaks throughout it, as if they were like in the folds of the shirt or something.
Sure.
What
okay.
the heck? Oh.
Honestly, they were worse than the Starship is Landing shirts.
They like to
Oh,
have the term
man.
starship on stuff. Those new Starship Titan t-shirts. It's like it's just a Titan. You don't have to say what it is.
Yeah.
I will say,
Exactly, like, we know it's a starship.
I
Mhm.
did buy that Quark Heartthrob shirt though, because I liked that one.
Well, those are fun. Those are different. Like the Cisco shirts that had the Voyager on it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The Cisco shirt didn't have Voyager. It was
It was oh,
Picard and Data that had Voyager.
Oh,
yeah.
what was?
Oh no, you're right. Cisco did also.
Yeah, He did,
Okay.
They did like a whole. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And the Data
just
one
remember-
also had a cat eye, like a close up of a cat eye,
Well, that's
It was
vaguely.
so weird.
which
Yeah.
like I understand. Like I kind of get where you're coming from. Yes, Data has a cat, but it just looked weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
I missed
That
that.
was
part.
definitely like
Yeah, no.
AI or something.
And what annoyed me so much about that was that Cisco one looked cool. If it had the Defiant or DS9 behind it, I probably would have bought
Oh, my sister bought one, and
the Voyager on it.
yes,
Nice.
because she took a screenshot of it. She sent it to me. That's the only reason I knew about it. And she's like, "Look at this shirt," and I'm like, "That's got to be like, I'm sure if you order it, you'll get the right thing." Oh no, they had them printed, and then she got it, and she took a picture of herself in it, and she put it up on Reddit and said,
Oh
"Somebody
my gosh.
doesn't know what they're doing." At the merch. I don't remember exactly what she said. She was less sarcastic than that, but and then like within 10 minutes of her doing that, they were gone. They were
Yep.
off the site. So it was like,
Well, that's because Twitter had been going nuts about it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually surprised it took as long as it did. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of funny looking. You're like, okay, Cisco and Voyager. I mean, it was there for a few minutes, so why not?
I think he and Janeway would have gotten along well.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Voyager, some news if you're going on the Star Trek cruise, Robert Beltran has canceled and Robbie McNeil is in,
Oh.
which, if you ask me, is
Oh.
quite an upgrade.
That's fantastic. I hope they do a Delta Flyers live. That would be awesome.
They probably will.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, because Terry Farrell usually goes, doesn't she?
I don't know if she's going this year, but I mean,
Okay.
Garrett's there.
Yeah.
This year it's very Voyager heavy because it's the 30th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, let me look.
I've been playing catch up with Delta Flyers as they've been watching DS9, and it's been wonderful. The
I have not yet listened to that.
you got to watch
The
the
DS9
video
ones.
version. You got
Okay.
just it's worth doing that. I mean, most of the time you can just listen to it, but like the look on Robbie's face when he talks about realizing that the changelings are the Dominion, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, Terry is not on the cruise this year.
Oh,
This year from DS9 they've got Nana, Max, Chase, Casey Biggs, Jeffrey Combs, and JG Hertzler.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
they've had Nana on a couple of times. I hope they do a live Delta Flyers. That would be fun. But yeah, not having to run into Robert Beltran being Robert Beltran, like, in real life, that's fine.
Plus, Robbie was going to be on the cruise last year and canceled because he's a working director. He's off. In fact, he's only going to be on the cruise this time for the first half of the week, and then he's flying out to go work on something.
Wow.
But because of that, that means he's highly unlikely to cancel because there's unlikely to be another job that can fit in those 3 days or something.
Yep. That's good. That's very good then.
But I have last year on the cruise, I wore a different ridiculous Star Trek themed Hawaiian shirt every day.
Yeah.
And one of them has mutated Tom Paris from Threshold on the front. And I was gonna get a photo with Robbie, and he wasn't there. So this year, I've already bought my ticket. I'm getting my photo with Robbie in my mutated Paris shirt.
Yeah, he will get a kick out of that.
I think so.
Yep.
I suspect this will not be the last cancellation announcement for the cruise, though, because they still have Celia Rose Gooding and Melissa Navia listed as going on the cruise. But we know that Strange New World starts filming in February, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Ooh.
Yeah, unless there's like an episode that they're not much in, maybe, but
sneak away to go on a cruise, you know.
Well, I mean,
I don't think that's gonna happen.
They'll fly out on the same flight that Robbie's leaving on, and just dip in, or they'll dip in as he's dipping out. I don't know.
Yeah, little trade off.
That's okay. About the Ready Room. Are there any other after shows left? Because I know like that started with Talking Dead and Chris Hardwick, and there was everything that went on around that. But I think they're all gone now.
Okay, let's it's the trend started in like 2005 with Doctor Who Confidential.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I was not watching them, so I did not know that.
Which they canceled years ago, so.
Oh, which is sad. Bring it back.
That's really cool. That was done by the studio, and they would.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was
Awesome.
on BBC. I assume immediately after Doctor Who. I don't know. I don't live in the UK.
Right.
But yeah, no, there aren't that many of those. I'm trying to think. I know. Rings of Power season 2 had an after show.
Yeah. Okay.
I assume season 1 probably did too, but I just remember Amazon trying to push the after show to me. Every time I finished an episode, I'm like, I don't need to watch this.
And that's why there aren't that many anymore.
That's how I feel about most of these after shows, honestly.
I always enjoyed Talking Dead because he would have somebody on, that was directly related to whatever the plot was. And I suppose Wheaton did that too. But it just was, I don't know. I think I had more time to watch TV shows in like 2012 than I do now.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Wheaton's enthusiasm for it. But at the same time, I just don't need to watch it.
Yeah. Or you get little chunks of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The good parts get shared as clips on the internet anyway.
Yep. That's true. Oh well, we will be sad to see it go, but at the same time, it does kind of make sense because we're about to enter into a. It's not going to be a fallow period like Larry Nemechek calls the days between Enterprise and Discovery.
Yeah, it won't be 2006, but
yeah,
it's going to be quiet for a little while, and that's okay.
You know what? Speaking of the Ready Room, though, you want to know something sad?
Oh no.
Sure.
They recorded Ready Room for Prodigy Season 2, but because it wasn't on Paramount, they never released it.
Oh, we need a leak. Someone's
those...
got to leak that.
I feel like those should end up on the DVDs. But they won't.
I don't think they are, though. I don't think any of the Ready
Rooms...
should. Yeah, I think they should have been on all of the releases.
Me too. I was always disappointed, again, going back to Talking Dead, I was always disappointed that those weren't on the DVDs.
Yeah, and at least for now, you can still go back and watch any of the Ready Rooms. But
that's true.
I know if you want to do a rewatch of Discovery Season 1, good luck finding After Trek if you really care about that.
I'd forgotten that was where it started.
They were removed from YouTube years ago.
Oh,
that sucks.
That's too bad.
Man.
That is too bad.
Boo.
Oh well. Well, you know what? That just opens up for people to listen to us instead of Will Wheaton. So
Yeah,
Fair enough.
we're not going anywhere. We will continue talking about Star Trek till the day we die.
Well, that's true.
Whether I'm on a podcast or not, I will continue talking about Star Trek till the day I die.
110%. Probably a little bit after too, because I'm sure I'll have written something.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm about to have a paper published on
Hey!
on Trek, on the end of the Cold War and the Undiscovered Country.
Oh, nice.
So I will be talking about Trek after I'm dead. That that was a weird moment that I just had. Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we? We've avoided talking about it for this far. Shall we talk about the end of Lower Decks?
I guess.
Yes.
Have you noticed how much Jack Quaid has been saying he really hopes that this is not the end and that
Yes.
somebody else will pick it up and yeah. So I feel like that might be a hint, but I hope
I did see with Tawny, she posted about how like we're gonna be like Futurama. You call us up in 10 years and we'll be there, sort of a thing. It's like, okay, I'm down for that as long as they're down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the
like
cast
yeah.
seems willing to continue. I think at some point we're gonna get more. It's just we will not get another season next year.
No, which is sad, but there's more stories to be told and all of that. Anyway, all right, but for right now, we have the new Next Generation. Yes. Katie, what were your thoughts on this episode? And
Yeah. Well, looking at it and watching it, I enjoyed the story and how it touched on a lot of different characters that we've met and like just gave them their own time in the last episode. But I really enjoyed how they ended it and just kind of left it open.
yeah. All right, Thad, what were your thoughts on this episode?
I loved it. I think it's possibly my third favorite Star Trek finale after What You Leave Behind and All Good Things.
Yep.
I love how we had the huge cameo fest last week.
Yeah.
And which allowed us to focus on the main characters for the finale. And I think that worked really well. I mean, you can tell at what point in the episode they're like, okay, this is now a series finale and not a season finale.
Yep.
But I felt like that epilogue, it flowed into that tacked on epilogue pretty well.
Oh yeah.
I think it works really well. It works a lot better than the epilogue to Discovery earlier this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although
I
that's not
absolutely
that far,
loved
but-
it. The epilogue at the end, I was crying a little bit the first time I saw it. It's great.
Yeah, I agree. It did have a very much All Good Things vibe to it, which is intentional, of course.
Oh yeah.
But also the whole the rift in space and the whole figuring that out, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And yeah.
And the fact that it has we're just gonna keep on going on doing our thing.
Exactly. There's some slight changes, but
They're gonna go check out that talking goo.
yeah, I love that. What is the viscosity of the goo?
Does it say nice things?
Yes. All right. Well, we'll start at the beginning and work our way through here. Starting with the Klingon fleet run by Relga, who is the sister of the guys Ma'at killed, and has been relegated to the edges of Klingon space and doing anything interesting because of that. They run into one of the rifts, and it destroys one of her ships, but not until it's kind of changes into some different times / different universes. We had some Discovery style Klingons for a moment.
Yeah, and this is a whole thing that some people are talking about on the internet now.
Oh
because
yeah.
is this telling us the Discovery was in a parallel universe? And I'm like, you are reading way too much into that. Because
Yeah.
there's the other scene later in the episode where it turns into an ancient Klingon sail barge.
Yeah.
So, like, we're clearly also going through time as well as universes. So, no, it is not saying Discovery is a parallel universe, if for no other reason than Lower Decks established that Strange New Worlds is its past, and
Yes.
Strange New Worlds is a sequel
Yeah.
to Discovery.
Exactly.
Well, people should have known that last week when we had T'Pol on. It's like,
Right.
yeah, this is not just space, it's or multiverse, it's time too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Lily Sloan, yeah.
Yeah, even more.
Yes.
Yeah, people. But yes, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, people are going to complain about that on the internet. I knew that. I knew that.
Immediately.
Like, people on both sides of that flame war
Yes.
are going to complain about that on the internet for different reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they included it, just to poke them.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I
for
thought it was
sure.
hilarious, especially because you get the line from Dr. Ta'ana later in the episode that the Klingons aren't changing as much because all of their ships always look like birds.
Yeah.
They don't change. They keep the same design no matter what. Just looks like a big bird. Yes.
Because you notice the ship was also a Discovery-style Klingon ship as well.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
should have said, but yes. So she loses a ship, and then later we run into Ma'a, and she blames him for the destruction of the ship, hoping that, that will get her back in the good graces of the
And admits that she
Empire.
does not, that he didn't do it, but it will be the convenient scapegoat. So, wow, definitely not a Klingon with honor.
No.
No honor to be found.
Nope. Makes the Duras family look like I don't know, descendants of Kalos or something. All right. So then we head over to the Cerritos, and everybody's in the bar, and it's actually a bit of an overlap from last week, even though it wasn't quite. But we get a log that the Cerritos has a little time off. Tendi and Talin are sitting at the table working on a project with Corbobbles.
Yeah,
Which I
so
love.
my assumption on this is that this scene takes place in between the opening of last week's episode and the ending of last week's episode.
Yeah. I think, you're right. I guess I'd have to go back and look and see when Boimler got up screaming if that stuff was on the table, and I didn't think it was, but I didn't go back and look
Ah, okay.
from the previous episode, But if they didn't do that, it was intentional, and if they did do that, it was intentional. So it's good either way, because these people pay attention to what's going on.
There are the thing that Rutherford is playing with is definitely on this on the table. I just
Oh,
checked.
you just pulled it up? Okay. All right. Well, then that's good. That's
From
fine.
the
Okay.
angle you can't see the other thing. But the thing that Rutherford was fiddling with is on the table.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and Rutherford is fiddling with a plasma router, but he's excuse me, he's mad because it won't interface with his implant. How do you feel about this this bit of the story, Katie, with Rutherford and his implant and everything?
Yeah, I don't know if that was the one thing that didn't necessarily work for me in the
Okay.
episode, because it just felt like it was so it came out of nowhere, sort of a thing. Like, oh yeah, all of a sudden I fell out of love with it. Like, I get it. I have been hyperfixated on one show for now 12 months. And like, I'm sure that one falling out will happen where it's like, wait, the hyperfixation isn't there anymore. But still, it's like, I feel like it would have taken a little bit longer. There should have been maybe signs sprinkled throughout the season. I don't know. It just felt a little bit quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so they did build up a little bit that something was going on with Rutherford's implant. Like we actually talked about this last week because there was the episode early on in the season where he was having trouble getting it to like interface with that door, and because it was going
Right.
And then last week there was the thing where he had the beam of plasma that almost killed Boimler.
Yeah.
So like
Right,
they were
yeah.
definitely, but that was problems with the implant, not necessarily
Yeah.
this.
It's
So
not quite
this-
Cerritos directed.
Yeah, this did seem like it was forced a little bit. because it was like all of a sudden Rutherford is like is complaining about the Cerritos, which he doesn't normally do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The problems with the implant, I feel like, have been there from the beginning.
Yes.
Like when we are first introduced to him, he's trying to make the emotional circuit work.
Right. Yeah.
And then we find out that it was
because Mariner hits the switch and he suddenly has anxiety. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's, and so those have been dropped through, and we know that the implant was not necessarily his choice. I'm trying to remember back to what we learned about it in season 2 or 3, where we found out it wasn't Section 31, but it was Starfleet Security that had him. Right. So, but the direction of, blaming the Cerritos was a little weird, but he came out of it pretty quickly. I'm wondering if that's a lost plot thread for season 6.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was okay. The way it ended was interesting. We'll come back to that, but so then they find out that they get the message from William, and they take it to Freeman, and they are incredibly surprised that she agrees to take it seriously.
I like that shows growth through the show. Like, it's not just you're making this up. It's like, okay, yeah, no, you're good officers. I believe you. It's like, there's some good growth right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's a recurring theme throughout this episode, because there's a couple times where Mariner is like, Mom, know this. And he's like, I believe you.
Yeah. I don't lie to you anymore, I swear. Yep. So they go, they're going to investigate it. They tell Starfleet about it with the idea that they're going to go send a more capable ship. But the Enterprise is too far away, or not going to get there in time. And the Boimlers have some kind of special connection, so it has to be the Cerritos, even though they really don't want to go, which is kind of funny.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not really a powerful ship, which they,
Yeah.
They're just the Cerritos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the power of the Cerritos comes from the people within it rather than the ship itself.
And that, absolutely. I mean, the ending monologue is all that, which I love. So, so they figured out that the rift can be quote unquote easily sealed, but you have to go through a Schrödinger probability field first.
I
wow.
can't be the only person who thought, oh my gosh, could we see them all live action? Like, that was my
hadn't
thought.
considered that, but that would have been
either.
amazing.
Oh, that
part of me was kind of sad that they didn't, because that would have been so freaking cool if you get the whole ship. All you'd have to do is build the bridge set, and then just get them all there for one day.
That would have been great.
Wow, that's
It'll live on in my
idea.
fan fiction.
Yeah. Well, it blips through a few different iterations, so we'll just pretend that one of those was live action and we didn't see.
Well, because if any of you, I don't know if any of you have watched the show Gravity Falls, but in their episode Weird Mageddon Part 2, I want to say, because it's a children's animated show, they got the two actors from the characters in the scene, and they were popping through these probability bubbles where they could be anything, and they switched to birds, and then they switched to the real life of the actors, and it was so amazing. And so I guess that part of my brain was reawoken in this episode, like, could they?
That, you know what? I think if they had known this was going to be the series finale,
they might have done something like that.
But by the time they found out, they probably didn't have the time. I mean, we know they have at least 2 of the uniforms, but building all that stuff would have been probably more than Paramount was willing to spend. But
you call in all the fans, and then we can build it. We can extreme makeover Star Trek edition it, and just get it done in a week.
Oh, you know what? They went all Sovereign class. They could have gone all Constitution class and used the Strange New Worlds bridge.
Or they could have the moment when they went Galaxy class, they could have used the bridge from Picard season 3.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's just a lost opportunity. All right. But I love the idea. Yeah. Did you?
Mike
that
McMahon,
reminds
if we
me-
ever get a Lower Decks movie, I hope you're listening.
Oh my god.
Please.
Yeah. One of the other. Yeah. Aaron Watkey, or one of the other people who we know listens, who can talk to Mike McMahon more directly than we can.
I don't know if
Pass
they
it on.
listen when we're not talking about their show.
Maybe
To
not,
be
but-
clear, I just because the Hagemans have listened, I don't know if they're listening to this episode.
You never know. They just
True, I
pop up
guess.
wherever.
Somebody might be listening who can speak to Mike McMahon more directly than we can. That's just,
I
I'm
mean,
just putting that out there.
someone
Yeah.
I would never accuse Paramount of doing things that make sense, but
No.
it does make sense to me that someone from Paramount probably listens to every podcast that they have a relationship with. So to make sure that we're not saying something terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. I also feel like that's that same feeling of like the FBI.
But that's probably some intern who has never even watched Star Trek or something.
They're
So,
probably also listening to podcasts about Murder, She Wrote, and
yeah,
I don't know, something else
Yeah.
that's new on CBS.
Survivor
that I can't think of. Yeah.
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 They're listening to it at double speed, listening for terrible things to be said or something.
Listen to make sure we're not dropping racial slurs or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you ever watch Farscape? Either of
A
you?
long
No.
time ago.
Yeah, they had an episode
haven't.
where they went Warner Brothers cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful because that was live action, and then they went cartoon for an episode, which is probably a hell of a lot easier to do than go from cartoon to live action. So, yeah. All right, so we have this Schrodinger's probability field. Oh, also another lost opportunity to have Ta'ana in her box. And have no one want to open it. That would just a momentary blip in the sickbay where she's like in the box, or you see eyes. Yeah.
I did love at the end when Ta'ana gives Freeman a hug and she meows. I loved that.
Yes.
Aw, yeah.
Sweet. Oh, Tiana. All right, so they have to go through this this probability field. They have shields that will protect the people, but the ship is not entirely protected, so it's going to be blipping through various versions of itself.
Good thing we never got an ancient Earth sailing vessel. Or
Yeah. Yeah. Well, has there been a Cerritos? It's not like it was. See, maybe it's a good thing the Enterprise didn't go through. We could have ended up with the HMS or the.
Well, no, because there probably wasn't a Sovereign class Cerritos. I mean,
Well, in all of the multiverses, well, I had time to. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. We just it didn't. The dice didn't roll on that one. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime, while they're trying to get all this fixed up, Malor has again prevented his brother from killing himself in a terribly honorable and meaningless way by ramming his ship into Relga's ship. They find the Enterprise, they find the Enterprise. Malor
It's another Enterprise.
it is another Enterprise. All the Enterprises. Right. Malor finds Cerritos and hails them and demands to talk to Mariner and asks for asylum. Which I think that was a bit of a trope on people asking for asylum because he definitely was not in an asylum situation. I don't think anyway.
Just protect us, please.
Yeah.
Protect us.
Yeah. So they come over and they get beamed over. Things are explained. Relga finds them and demands that they be turned over to her, and then is interrupted by a message from Admiral Friedman that says that they need to be turned over. This did not fool me for a minute.
Nope.
No.
Especially because she had just a
Brought him
minute
up.
before mentioned him. Yeah.
Something's fishy.
I knew something was weird. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but it didn't make sense. Freeman doesn't get that there's weirdness going on, so she's going to turn them over. But then Malor is missing; he cannot be turned over. they start going through the rift, or to the rift, and the Cerritos has all the physical changes. Well, we get I didn't go through the list here. I should have written them down.
There's a ton of them.
Yeah. I did like that they addressed the one nacelle thing. Because for a long time it was you have to have 2 nacelles, but then we've seen ships with 1 nacelle, and just like with the rocks in the ceiling, we get half of an explanation and then it's stopped.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I will say we have seen a ship with 1 nacelle dating all the way back to TNG. One of the ships in the one of the wrecked ships at Wolf 359 had 1 nacelle.
Yep.
And not because the other one was blown off or anything. It was designed that way.
Important caveat, yes.
The classes that we know is the Cerritos turned into the Freedom class, which is the 1 nacelle, the Sovereign class, Galaxy class, Oberth class, and a couple different Miranda classes.
Yeah. Cool.
Including that one from the Terran Empire. Our weapons are
Yes.
great!
Yes!
That was fantastic.
Oh, it was
Hilarious.
amazing, I think, actually, yeah.
Poor Shax. All he wants to do is blow things up.
Captain said, "I'm never to let you blow up the warp core, unless unless you've earned it."
Yay!
Or,
You really deserve it, I think, or something.
yeah, something like that. Yes.
Yep. So Malor has been hidden away. We find out later by Ransom, presumably somewhere with a replicator where he can eat both sweet and salty things. So that's good.
All of our snacks are
Yes.
insects.
The amount of food that is around on this show over all of 5 years in various places where you would never expect to see food. I just love it. I love it. Yes. So, so the Cerritos is going through the field. T'Lyn and Tendi are arguing about how to fix the affected systems. This is why you don't have 2 people in one position as an officer, but that's just me.
Yeah.
It turned out that it was okay, but as you know, that was that. So they're looking for Malor, Mariner, and Ma, and they end up down in navigation, where Boimler is hosing down one of the whales.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad they put them in this episode.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I love them.
They're wonderful.
Getting sprayed down. Sign me up.
Yes.
Save the jokes for when we're not in mortal peril.
Yes. Yes.
But also, I especially like that Klingon is hot. I noticed.
Yes. They're such a good addition to the show.
Oh my god,
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Like, I cannot imagine who came... Well, no, it was probably Mike McMahon. But
Yeah.
what prompted him to decide that the beluga whales would be perpetually horny, but it works so well.
I'm gonna say he read about that study where the Navy was trying to use the dolphins to do stuff, and the dolphins were perpetually horny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, if you go way,
Fascinating.
way back in Infinite Diversity to probably the first season of this, I talked about it in an episode.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I think we got Station Ops in season 2, actually.
Okay, all I remember is Brandon thought it was absolutely hilarious, and Justin was like, "Oh my god,"
That sounds
which is
exactly
that's
right.
standard. Yeah. So, so they're down in Cetacean Ops, and Boimler is consulting his alternate universe pad. Which I like. They are now calling Beard Boimler's reality, which is kind of funny because he finally has the beard in this one too.
Mhm.
Which looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It took a while, but it worked. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he finds out that it was the Becky Mariner who hid Malor in the alternate reality. So of course, Ma jumps on that and is trying to get her to reveal where he is, and of course she didn't do that in this reality. And this follows them up to the bridge. which is when Shax is so happy about the wonderful weapons on the Terran Empire ship.
Our weapons, by the prophets, our weapons are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weapons are down.
Oh, weapons are down. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So then
The deliveries in this episode by the actors is just so perfect.
It is. It is. It is. It always is, but maybe this one just feels more maybe I'm more attentive to it, you know.
Yeah.
Knowing it's your last rodeo, you're like, all right, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah. So they get up there, and T'Ana suggests that they try some kind of underhanded Kirk-style trick to get the Klingons to go away, or to deal with them however they can. So, with that suggestion, they get Ensign Ollie to use her godlike powers, hanging out of the ship in an environmental suit with somebody else holding on to her. And she uses her powers to basically break down the Klingon shields, so that they will be affected by the probability field, and then they all turn into Barclay protomorphosis syndrome Klingons.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Yes, the Genesis Klingons loved them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sad that we didn't get to see one of them spitting acid though.
Ooh,
oh, that's a point.
That would have been. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, okay, so that's two things. All right. There will be a third because things happen in threes. So then we find out that it was Ransom that hid Malor because he knew something weird was going on with the message from Admiral Freeman. And then Malor shows up on the bridge eventually here. I did like how the dog, the Targ, I guess. First of all,
the Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua.
The Klingon
Targ,
Chihuahua.
Yeah. Turned into a clam.
Yes, that was great.
Like, I guess, yeah, that makes sense if it's going to devolve that far. Yes. So, right. So Ransom was the one who hid Malor. They explain the Freeman finally is shown the clip again, and they understand that it is an underhanded trick by Relga, very dishonorable, and so they are able to use that to undermine them. As the ship is changing, Rutherford has this realization that it's not the Cerritos that's the problem, it's his implant. And he has that moment of, the Cerritos is great because it's all old and it's not being affected in the same way as the systems. I know we talked about that a little earlier. It did feel kind of abrupt. I also didn't like that he was able to rip it off his face without it being like really drastically a problem.
It was only a minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
Well, you'll notice
when
he ripped it off his face, there was still a black rectangle over his eye. Yeah, so I think like he still had to have surgery to have like a normal eye restored.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
he just got the bulk of it out of the way.
Mm. Yeah. But it was a nice moment to see him to see someone who was so connected with the mechanical to get away from that in order to reconnect with the mechanical, I guess. Mm. And we've never seen someone engineer so fast.
And then they all chant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then he shifts the rift's energy into the engines, which allows it to get through the field, but also causes it to split.
The results will be unpredictable.
They will be. They will be. So it splits, but it has to be brought back together by science besties.
Science besties.
Hey.
That felt a little bit weird for T'Lyn.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It was a nice moment, and I enjoy science besties because science, but it was also just like, okay, sure. I'm just going with the flow at this point.
So they come back together. They are about to close the rift using the method that was given to them by Starfleet. It's not working. This is when Malor shows up on the bridge. I got a little ahead of myself earlier. And he reminds them that when, when a river is headed toward the farm, I can't stop it, but I can build a dam. And so they put up a dam.
Is how you stop a river.
I was gonna say it's stopping it, isn't it?
Technically speaking, you are rerouting it. You haven't stopped it from. You've stopped it from going into a particular place.
Okay.
But the river itself does not stop.
Yeah, it almost. Yeah, okay.
Semantic, I know, but. I do love how he never changes. He never puts on shoes. Not that he would have a reason to, but
he never clips his left shoulder strap.
Yep.
Why do Klingons not have 4 nipples?
That's a good point. I never thought of it like that.
Maybe Klingon females do.
Well, if Klingon females do, you would think Klingon males would as well.
You think they would? Well, maybe they're stacked. We don't see.
Or maybe they don't have 4 mammary glands because 2 is already redundant.
Oh, that's a point.
Ooh.
That's a point. Or maybe they're not mammalian at all. We saw them devolve into dinosaurs.
That's true.
So
okay, then what's okay? But Malor has a nipple.
It's just for show, purely cosmetic.
Yeah, it's just It was a tattoo he got on a bet.
All right.
No, your point is sound. I'm trying to think how many shirtless Klingons we've seen in live action, and I don't know of many. If I'm sure Michael Dorn was shirtless at some point.
Well, the biggest example I can think of, there definitely were only 2 nipples. The only frontal nudity scene ever seen in Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's that. Okay.
There were only 2 there, so okay.
Point.
Fair point.
This is the kind of in-depth
see
Trek
that
discussion that our listeners come for.
Did you guys see that prosthetic was auctioned off a couple years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Oh god.
That's really disturbing.
I have questions and concerns.
I have questions that I do not want answers to, so we're just gonna leave it there. But actually, the first question that I would want an answer to is why? Why are you auctioning that off?
Why?
To make money. I mean, why would someone auction it? To make money. Why would someone buy it? That's a whole other question.
Yes, good. That's a point.
But also, people buy everything from
that's
from shows and things. Yeah,
I'm
sure it was some collector, and that was probably not the only thing they owned from Star Trek.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have other questionable merchandise.
Or they have a lot of not questionable merchandise, and it's just there,
Yeah,
I want to believe that that's hanging on their wall or something, just
yeah, in a totally
displayed.
Amidst a display of completely normal props from Star Trek.
Yeah,
this is my Discovery wall.
Yeah, here's a tricorder.
Just happens to
here's
include
a phaser. There's a pad. There's Klingon breasts. You know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Right. So the rift.
How do we transition from this?
This is what I'm saying. The rift is contained. It does not have redundant systems. There we go. And now we have a permanent opening to explore the multiverse.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I don't know if anyone caught this. I didn't, but Alex Perry did.
Of course.
One of the ships at the end there that's hanging out just outside the rift is the Enterprise E.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So the Enterprise did finally make it.
Which makes sense.
Yay!
Which does make you wonder who is in command of that ship, because we know from earlier episodes, Picard is already an admiral because he was mentioned in an episode last season.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Will be Worf.
yeah.
It's probably Worf, yes.
I mean, it almost has to be.
And it looks in good condition, so this must be before whatever that wasn't his fault happened.
Before the
Maybe
incident.
this is where the incident happens. Maybe they're exploring the multiverse.
Oh my gosh, yeah, in the multiverse.
Yeah.
In which case, it's definitely not his fault. I'm not going to blame him at all. There was a Screen Rant article that was going around the last couple days about where is the crew of the Enterprise in the Lower Decks finale, and it was a Screen Rant article, but yeah.
If you had gotten that job, you would have written better.
I would have. I sure
Was
as hell
it was
would've.
Screen Rant, wasn't it?
It was Screen Rant. It
Yeah.
was Screen Rant. Yep. Oh well. Anyway, yes. So we need, because we now have a permanent opening of a rift in space to explore the multiverse, we now need a starbase there because that tradition has been solidified by Deep Space Nine, apparently. And so there's a hole in space. You need a starbase there. It's just logical.
You really do.
Mm-hmm. So they tractor Starbase 80 over to the Rift because it's so old that its systems are not going to be affected. Which I love.
Yes.
And Relga's fleet is given to Ma'at. I was surprised that there was anything left of the fleet. I guess maybe it was the ones who didn't get into the Schrodinger field and weren't chasing. So yeah. And that's when we go into the coda, I think.
Yes.
It feels like it, yeah.
The one thing that I'm not sure about is if the thing of Captain Freeman being put in command of Starbase 80 was intended to be part of the coda, and season 6 was going to be with the Cerritos under Ransom's command. That's what I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that might have actually happened. Yeah.
Because the all the foreshadowing at the beginning, which again they could have fixed after knowing that this was going to be their last season, but we have the whole thing about how she's in charge of Starbase 80 in the other universe, and so it works either way. Sure. Yeah.
So what I want to know about Freeman being in charge of Starbase 80. So there's going to be an admiral, a captain, and a commander on this starbase?
Yeah.
With it being the multiverse, I would say yes.
Okay.
Have as many as you can.
I feel like they said specifically that the commander who was in charge, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
Was going to be handling stuff on the station, and Freeman and the Freemans were going to be involved in handling the multiverse exploration.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just not sure why there's an admiral and a captain in charge of that.
I mean, I guess technically the admiral's in charge of it, and
just to be extra sure.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're gonna, give a Defiant style, and she's gonna go places, and he's gonna hang out and
play
apparently
golf.
Install a golf course. Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a virtual golf game in the arcade.
Oh, there probably is. Yes. But I think that's sweet. One thing that I have really loved about Lower Decks is that you have this seemingly relatively functional relationship, okay, between two, and you maybe figured they were never in the same direct chain of command. Maybe they were, on the same level at whatever point. But they're normal. They're not like in the way that the O'Briens are normal. It's just like this is a married couple, and I think they're wonderful.
We just happen to work for the same boss.
And for as many times as you hear Starfleet isn't compatible with relationships and ongoing,
yes,
it's nice to see somebody that is. So.
Yeah.
Well, and it's good to just see healthy relationships in television, because I feel like these days it's all about drama and strife, and it's like, nah, he's gonna come and they're gonna live together and it's gonna be very, very comfortable. It's like, yeah, okay, I like that. Thank you.
She's gonna snipe at him to go to the gym. You know, he's probably not going
Yeah.
to. He's probably going to snipe at her to... I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know how to finish that sentence. Pick a different thing to say, you know, instead of warp me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we have what's definitely the coda, no question there.
Yes.
And that is going into the bar, and Mariner is talking about how she's relatively okay with the fact that her mom's not going to be in charge of the ship anymore.
Although she did set fire to her bed.
Although she did set fire to her bed, we find out later after her beautiful monologue. And then we get the big reveal, which is all of.
And this is the
face.
part where I cried when watching it the first time. Was the Mariner talking about? Yeah.
Aw.
Mhm. Because that is so. It is Trek. It's all of it, and all of the images they showed with it, and like, you know, the
Ghost candle.
Oh my god, the ghost candle! Yes, I laughed out loud at that. And all of those elements that's really what Trek is about. Oh, you know, the misfits. You know, so much of time that Trek was maintained by the misfits, I guess.
Yeah. So this is where Rutherford has fully removed the implant, and
Yes.
Yes.
if we did get a season 6, I think we would be seeing Rutherford. We would be seeing Tendyford.
Yes, I think
yeah.
you're right.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love Lynn's. I did not realize you had a romantic attachment. Or however she put
Oh,
it.
we're just friends, and Rutherford. My head feels hot.
Yes. You have a fever. Let me check you out.
That was great.
But you know what? I think Tendyford would have been another wonderful, normal relationship because
absolutely.
Yeah.
they're started out as friends. They have worked together. They know each other well before the romance begins, and that's
Yeah, they
always the
already
best.
have this healthy, supportive relationship. So yeah.
So that would have been nice to see. Maybe it will be in the future, and that's fine.
The fan fiction will fulfill us.
Yes. Yes, it will. And that's okay. Yes, so this thing we do doesn't require perfection, and that's
Yeah.
pretty
Also, I would say when we're seeing the various scenes of the ship,
Mhm.
one thing that again I didn't notice, but I saw in the Trek Core review, you know, the sickbay scene where a guy randomly falls from an anomaly in the ceiling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the guy who ascended in season
Koala
1.
guy. Yes.
Oh, I missed that completely.
Yeah, same.
Okay, now I gotta go look. That's awesome. That
He's
for him,
actually
though.
alive.
Yeah, so that's the guy from 5 years ago
Oh,
who
yep.
Tendi helped ascend. Why is he smiling? What does he know?
Where's he been all this time? Oh no. Oh,
He's been
poor
with the
guy.
koala.
Yeah, but like, I mean, did he get booted
But
out
also,
of the
is
afterlife?
time, where
Oh,
he
that's a point.
was time linear? I mean,
Yeah, maybe he didn't ascend. Maybe this is just a blip, and all of a sudden it's 5 years later for him. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool.
And of course, there was also the salon. The group of friends of Jennifer's friends are having a seance with a ghost candle.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And some people are trying to be Mark Twain. So that's good.
Yes.
Yes. Lots of good callbacks throughout the season.
And then we get that wonderful shot of them in the turbo lift, the hero shot. You know.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So we come to the bridge. We find out that Mariner set things on fire. That's fine. And we have Captain Ransom take over the Cerritos, which I guess was not a surprise. I think that's a good place.
I would like to see if they did season 6 with that as the main thing of him being captain. I would have liked to have seen the growth that he would have had.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep up the first officer shtick. Like, you have to now assume all these different roles, and it would have been fun to see him kind of be flummoxed by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would have enjoyed Captain Ransom, and enjoy the little bit we get here. I saw someone else make this point. So Ransom. So yes, I love that Ransom. It sits down in his chair. And he's like, "Oh, I need a catchphrase," and like someone's made the point, like it's very tiring that we keep going back to the catchphrase over and over again on Star Trek, but at the same time, it's hilarious that Ransom went with "engage the core." I love it.
Oh my gosh, it was so perfect.
The thing is like it's tiresome. It was tiresome to me on Discovery, honestly. I didn't like that there. On Lower Decks, it makes sense.
It was tiresome on Strange New Worlds too, when they're like,
Well,
telling
yeah, okay.
Spock, "Oh, you need a real catchphrase." He's like, "I want the ship to go."
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I have no problem with this on Lower Decks because it's meant to be satirical, so it's beautiful. Yeah.
It fits the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like the whole thing of Saru being all worried about it is just say engage. Just get it over with. It's fine. You know, yeah. You can come up with something later if you need to. So we have everybody on the bridge. There's a moment between Mariner and Ransom. What vibe did you get from that? Because she calls him "Hey Jack," and then she's like, "Oh wait, no, Captain." And then he asks, or she asks, "Is this going to be a problem?" And I just got that moment of, we never really knew if they were sleeping together. And I feel like this might confirm it. Like a friends with benefits
I
thing.
didn't get that feeling. No.
Oh, okay.
Granted, I don't pick up on those feelings more times than not, so it's like,
I just have a dirty mind, I guess.
I also don't. But yeah, no, I didn't get that impression. I more got the impression she's like, "Oh, well, I need to be more formal with the captain than I am with."
Okay.
Yeah, like with the first officer, I can't be as chill. There's other officers around now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
I don't know.
That said, if they had been sleeping together, I wouldn't be shocked.
There's been little hints dropped.
Yeah.
Throughout. You know, there's that one
going all the way back to season 1 where she thought he was hot when he was when he was fighting that on that one planet. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's at one point where she says he does something stupid because he doesn't get enough oxygen in his brain because he sleeps on his face like a baby or something like that. I remember that, like, Trek Twitter picked up on that and like was running with it. But I don't know, that was just the vibe I got. So then he makes Mariner and Boimler provisional first officers and functionally sets them against each other because they're no longer Lower Decks. Now they're in charge of Lower Decks.
Yep.
And we go off into the sunset.
Because a little interpersonal conflict is good for a relationship.
Yeah. Which is a commentary on Trek in itself, too.
Yes.
Which I love. But, huddle up. No, we're not doing coach talk. Yep. I do think there's a lot of people on the ship who could be first officer before one of these two, but that's just me.
I imagine when it's announced, "Oh yes, they're the new first officers." Mm-hmm. There's at least like 4 people who are like, "What the?"
I imagine all the members of the red shirts are mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't know if they got promoted, actually.
Yeah.
I think we see a couple of them, and I didn't look to see about their pips, but like I can see, like the natural one that you'd think is Shax, and you can see him saying no.
Yeah, Shax would say no. Yeah. He wouldn't want it.
And Billups would also say no.
Ta'ana would be a terrible first officer.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah. No, she's not.
Meglimo also no.
Yeah, Meglimo. I'm not even sure Meglimo's in the chain of command. You know,
I think he is.
If he's civilian or not.
He's left because he is in command in that one episode.
That's right, he was.
Yeah, I think he is. I think it's like Deanna Troi.
Right. I forgot about that.
Where he just doesn't wear a uniform.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I love when Ransom says to Rutherford, "A little bird told me."
Yes.
And he's like, was it Dr. Mignone? Yes, it was.
They're just so good.
It's I love I think the thing that I love so much about this is that it's such a healthy end to
Yes.
the current segment of the show.
Mhm.
Like, cuz you
Mhm.
show the people on the bridge and they're having fun, and yeah, sure, they're just like, "Wait, you can't pit us against each other. What?" But it's more chaotic than in like actual anger, which in modern television and the modern world, everything's fueled by
Mhm.
anger now. So it's fun to just see like a fun jovial crew and
Mhm.
ending like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the journey continues. Like,
Yeah.
you
Well, it's
know.
like the Orville. And
Mhm.
because I say Orville season 3, that was the perfect ending to a maybe could go forward show.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Like this felt like this was Star Trek's version of doing that. Of we're putting a
Or
pause and we can pick it back up.
or the end of Prodigy season 2.
Yeah.
That too. Oh my gosh, yes. Though the animated Star Trek has done such a good job of continuing the hope
Mhm.
without the strife.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's what I personally need in the world right now. So I think that's why I've glommed
Yes.
onto it so much.
I like that.
Like,
I
and
like
even
that a
in
lot.
Prodigy, when they acknowledge like the things going on in the world, it's still focused on the kids.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, no, there's this whole interdimensional thing we have, but we're still focused on the Cerritos. It's like you're leaving breadcrumbs that could come back.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have so much respect for the writers on these shows.
Yes.
Oh, me too. Me too. I just. Yeah. But it's not over. There's still Trek left.
Yeah.
We got Strange New Worlds new season coming. We got
Section
Academy.
31 happening in January. And
Yep.
we have Strange New Worlds happening sometime next year.
Sometime.
And we have Academy happening probably in 2 years.
Yeah.
Woo.
Maybe the very end of next year.
And we possibly have that comedy series that Tanya Newsom is
Yes.
working on that has not been officially greenlit, but is still in pre-production.
A funny thing just occurred to me. What if that's going to end up being Lower Decks season 6? Like from a different. I know they said it was supposed to be like an Office style comedy.
Yeah, and it's
but,
and not Starfleet. Yeah.
Oh, did they say
but-
not Starfleet? Okay.
Yeah, they did.
All right. Well,
This
never
is going to
mind
be
then.
like a resort planet.
Oh, that's right. I don't know.
But our
about
lower
that.
deckers could show up.
They certainly could. They most certainly could. And hopefully it'll be better than Golden Palace. Anyway,
What's Golden Palace?
Golden Palace, the failed one season sequel to the Golden Girls,
Oh.
where they were
Okay.
running a hotel. Oh, it was yeah.
Ah. So the aftermath of Golden Girls.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I have only seen a handful of episodes of the Golden Girls. I'm sorry, Chrissy.
That's okay. We need to fix that, but that's okay. That is I'm never the one to say you're missing cultural touchstones because I am missing so many of them. But that's one. Nope, gotta fix that. Okay. Anyway. Well, anything else we want to say about this episode or Lower Decks or any of
I
that?
freaking love Lower Decks. It is my second favorite series after DS9.
Mm-hmm.
And I have really enjoyed the last 5 years. And thank you to everyone who made it for making this great piece of joy in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say better than that.
Yeah. I think with Lower Decks, it was always that bright and colorful spot of Star Trek along with Prodigy, where it's like, I can go here and I can know that they aren't going to murder the characters that I loved on a whim. So I'm kind of sad I'm losing that security blanket, but knowing that Lower Deck can continue and the cast wants to, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I know, like, it'll happen at some point. So that's given me that glimmer of red, yellow, and blue hope in the distance.
Very nice. I like that.
Yeah, and I will I think part of why I and so many of us have such a warm, comfortable feeling towards Lower Decks. It's everything else. It's the fact. It's how it's portrayed. How it gives us this feeling of the same feeling we got from Star Trek back in the 90s.
Yeah.
But also, this premiered in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I know for me, it was absolutely an escape from real life when the first season launched.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It still is.
It still is, yes.
It's not gotten better.
Well, you have to go through the Third World War to get the Star Trek future.
Exactly. Right? I'm counting down to 2063. I've already told my brother we're going.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking of buying land and putting up a resort just for the Trekkies who are going to make the trek there.
I'm absolutely going to Bozeman in April 2063.
Heck yeah!
I see what you did there, and I like it.
How old will I be? 2063? I'll be 67. It's fine.
That's not bad at all. Just,
No, that's
everything will be functioning.
20
everything
2063. I will be yep, I'll be 81
at least.
Okay.
No, you can make it. Modern medicine will get us
sure.
to at least 100
for sure. I just have to.
I'll be 77. I can make it.
Yeah, we just all have to stay relatively healthy and all of that.
Make it through World War III, we'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the trickier part.
Yeah.
Y'all are probably safer in Michigan than I am.
I don't know.
I'm going up to the Porcupine Mountains in Lake Superior. That's my bug out spot.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I'm half an hour from Dow Chemicals, so
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
Perks of
well.
being in Battle Creek, no one's gonna hit Kellogg's cereal, so I'm good.
What are the strategic bombing spots? Places where they make chemical weapons, places where they have the nukes stored. The cereal company, yes.
Yeah, we must get them.
I live in a town with an army depot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Saginaw was on the list of expected targets during the Cold War because of all the manufacturing that was done here. There were just two big plants that were here: steering gear and what's now Delphi. Actually, I don't think it's Delphi anymore.
Oh.
But yeah, those closed, so we don't have that anymore. So
the town I grew up in, Carlisle, Pennsylvania, was and still is home to the U.S. Army War College, and it was actually one of Dick Cheney's undisclosed locations after 9/11.
Oh.
Remember,
cool.
They were all.
Yeah.
Okay, Katie may not remember. Chrissie, remember they would always say on the news, whenever Bush was somewhere, they would say, and Dick Cheney is in an undisclosed location.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, World War III. So, fun. Yes. Goodbye to Lower Decks, but hopefully not for long.
No.
I think
It's a
we
see
will
you
see
later.
it somewhere along the line. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Katie, thank you so much for joining us for the discussion today. Where can listeners find you online?
Yes, you can find me pretty much everywhere at weather_Katie on all of the social medias and so many random fandoms on YouTube.
Awesome. Yes, and follow her in all of those places. It's too much fun.
Join me for the chaos.
Yes.
I've got cats. That's all I have to offer.
Hey,
I mean, that's enough.
that's like
True, they're
2/3 of the
Doppler
internet.
and Radar. Like they're adorable.
They're cute.
Well, and we have my brother's cats, Tim and Lolo, here too for the holidays. And so
Nice.
it's funny because my parents didn't want to have cats for 20-something years that I was here. Then all of a sudden, you guys have 4. And they love every second of it, so it's even better.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet though. That's good. Dad, where can people find you when you're not exploring all of the different potential use in the Schrodinger's field?
Best place to find me is on Blue Sky. I am at Tyrannicus. That's tyranicus.bsky.social. You can also, or is it at bsky.social? I can't remember. Anyway, I think it's just
whatever
dot.
everybody
Yes,
on
dot.
Blue Sky is. Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
the default domain on Blue Sky, and I am at Tyrannicus.
There you go.
You can also hear me on the podcast I do with my friend Carl called License to Spiel. That's license spelled with a C like the British do it, where we are currently talking about Columbo. Chrissie,
Ooh.
where can people find you when you're not hosing off a horny whale?
Lots of whales in the Great
Get that
Lakes,
job.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Okay.
I know how to get a job. I know, I mean, how to get a job hosing off whales. I don't specifically know if them being horny is part of a job description.
Yeah. Probably not. Probably not.
But a marine biologist would hose off whales from time to time.
Yes, absolutely, yes, and do other scientific things that don't involve the whales being horny.
And sometimes might, for all you know. I mean,
They
some of
might.
the scientific
Gotta
things they're
study
doing, they're
sexuality.
gonna be. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah. Whales got to procreate. So, and on that note, in addition to here on Infinite Diversity, you can find me on History with the Szilagys here on the BQN, that twice weekly short history podcast I do with my fellow historian partner Jason. And I'm also happy to chat about our shows on the BQN Collective on Facebook. I'm on the various socials, except Twitter and mostly Blue Sky, at The Goddess Livia. That's TheGoddessLivia. And there you can see my opinions about Star Trek history and leftist politics.
Yeah, speaking of, just as a quick aside, speaking of whales that are seeking romance.
Oh no.
This is
Apparently,
gonna be interesting.
This is going to be a Chuck Tingle book.
I saw recently that that one whale that sings at a different wavelength than all the other whales. Apparently, they have a friend that also sings at that wavelength now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Anyway, don't forget all our other great shows on BQN. Here's a recording of Amy Nelson to tell you all about them.
What shows are on BQN, you ask? Well, here's a rundown of some podcasts you might be interested in. All Good Things, a Star Trek Universe podcast covering all of Trek, hosted by Amy, Mark, Christos, Kelvin, and Kristen. Whether you've got Xbox or Nintendo, check out Bargain Bin Gamer, a YouTube show hosted by Davey, a self-proclaimed gamer who specializes in reviewing and showcasing affordable video games. 2 episodes enter the arena, 1 comes out victorious. Join hosts Joe and Kevin and a guest as they debate which should win the Batleth battle. Grab your popcorn as you listen to Cinema Z, a film discussion and review podcast showcasing films you probably missed but should definitely check out. Hosted by Mark and Matt. Don your apron for The Food Replicator, where Matthew eats and drinks his way through the Star Trek cocktail and 3 cookbooks. Beam Aboard Galaxy Class, a Star Trek Next Generation podcast covering all of TNG, hosted by Steven. In order to not repeat it, listen to History with the Szilagys, a snippet of historical events from around the world, hosted by Chrissie and Jason. For the newest Trek coverage, check out Infinite Diversity, hosted by Chrissie and Thad. Curl up with a good book and delve into Beta Canon with Peter, host of the online Trek Book Club on Twitter, and his new companion, Trek Book Club podcast. Test your Trek knowledge with Treksperts Quiz, a Star Trek quiz show hosted and written by Davey. Whether you're a member of Starfleet Federation or Planetary Union, go check out Union Federation, covering current Star Trek and the Orville, which we all know is really a Trek show, hosted by Kyle, Kevin, Amy, and Haley. Head over to YouTube and watch The View Screen live on Sundays, your Trek-inspired talk show hosted by Kelvin and Amy, with Season 2 starting in September for a 10-week run. Spill the Tea with Christos while he discusses current Trek news and events and explores the world of fandom via guest interviews, all with a LGBTQIA+ perspective on what's the tea about. And for our Patreon members, we have the Hive Mind with monthly script readings, Let's Fly, a Discovery reaction show, It's Green, a cornucopia of topics, Amy's Math Moments, a quick look at math moments in Star Trek. We know you have a choice of podcasts to choose from, and we thank you for listening to BQN. Assimilate the audio.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Infinite Diversity. Thank you to Zach Tripp for the wonderful theme music and Mark White for the awesome show art. Please subscribe in your favorite podcast player and don't forget to rate and review us there as well.
If you want to reach out, you can find the network on the socials at BQN Podcasts, or our show specifically at IDIC Podcast. You can also talk about any and all of the BQN podcasts in our Facebook group, the BQN's Collective, and join our Discord server. When you hear from us next, we'll probably be talking about the Section 31 movie. Until then, peace and long life.